We got this tweet from No Jumper yesterday. There are over 42,000 people diagnosed with an STD in Houston just last week. That is one freaky city. Eesh. I mean, looking at these stats, it's apparent that it's not just Thompson and Whitmore putting up points for Team Houston. This is not what we mean whenever we say we're from the dirty South. So you want to go out for steak on the first date, huh? How about the PCP clinic? They got some 5-star vending machines for you, you freak. Now you got everybody in the comments sitting here trying to be a comedian. That's the part where I start to get defensive. You want to know what's super funny though? This entire post right here was a lie. These aren't the number of people that were diagnosed. These stats represent the number of screenings that took place. And for those of you trying to spin the narrative that Houston's the dirtiest city in the US, you've underestimated my power because I've mastered the art of deflection. I said we check out the leaderboards and get it settled once and for all. We can go viral infection for viral infection right now. Let's check out where we at. Okay, so what are we, like 40? We're 44. Don't get me wrong, 44 is terrible. But Austin's at 39, just saying.
Look, I took special ed class, and you gotta talk to me in a way that I can understand.
Sure.
Look up, hey.
I don't really know if this is my last time, but what I know is I'm feeling just fine. My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. The STD story was fake, okay? But that's not necessarily the problem with this. There was actually a real story in Houston of a Hispanic guy who gave 13 people an STD at work. I think he worked in a medical center because he was peeing in people's water bottles at work. I remember doing a story of the black dude who was getting a little freaky with the food as a chef, you know, serving up more than just, he was serving up meat with your side dishes. But here's the thing that people kind of gloss over with stuff like this. When I saw the story and I saw people making posts about it, maybe it's just my algorithm or whatever, but I just saw black people talking about STDs in Houston. I'm like, wait, we don't have to take on every negative story and stereotype. Just because you see something, that doesn't automatically mean it's a bunch of black folks. That's first. The second thing is this. A lot of y'all are in the information age and you're retarded. Like you believe everything. You don't double check. You don't research. And sometimes you don't care because it's like it's good material, quote unquote, for creating content. So you don't care. And it worsens a lot of situations because what people aren't really saying is, let's just play the game and say that was true. That you just believed it outright. You didn't find anything fishy about the idea that just all of a sudden 42,000 people just popped up in 1 week. Like, so everybody decided, like, I don't know, 100,000, 200,000 people decided to go to the doctor at the same in the same time frame. That's not how that really works. But people don't use common sense with a lot of this stuff. And then, when you think about, the rates of STDs, it's common knowledge the cities that have the most issues. Common knowledge. But beyond that, let's just go there. A lot of what's going on is reckless sexual practice. Just like the young white girl who decided to lie on Terrence Shannon Jr., the basketball player at Illinois. Obviously, she likes it raw because all that DNA in her lets you know, hey, it is what it is. I was watching a clip on Instagram. Warning: this is not gonna be good. This young lady said she was having orgasms for 72 hours straight. This was the story. I don't think it's real, but they sent it to somebody else. And she went to the doctor and had to check her out, and she had maggots hitting on her G spot because they didn't have lubrication, so they said they used mayonnaise. Obviously, that's not a black people thing, but the stories you hear, I think it was out here in the Houston area where the guy was filming his wife with the dog or something like that. Like, you have, yeah, the guy got caught filming children in a Target, I believe, and then they confiscated his phone, and then you know, it was freaky season, you know, with the dog, with his wife. But that's not the first time we've heard of stuff like that. The issue becomes when y'all listen to these stories and y'all believe these stories, the underlying problem is you try to pin it on our community. Just like out here, there was I don't know if the girl was Hispanic or Asian, the 12-year-old girl that got assaulted and killed by these two Hispanic guys. I think they're from Venezuela, if I'm not mistaken. But people don't, think about other groups of people in the STD problem. Same thing when people get busted for too many happy endings or trafficking. You know what I'm saying? That becomes an issue because you don't count it with everybody else. But I'm glad he I'm glad he posted that it was a BS hoax because people were just running with it. And normally, I'll say this. Normally, I think people who are sexually irresponsible throw information like this out here, whether it be false or true, because they still rolling the dice with their body. But that's my opinion. You tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.